Hello and welcome to Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois, and we are unpacking this week's comic book order, and these comics will go on sale Wednesday, March 21st here in Marion, Illinois. And we start off with a Marvel title, issue 17 of The Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, which is different than the Amazing Spider-Man comic. Next up from DC, we have Aquaman, issue 34. And there's the variant cover on that. We stock variant covers on most of the comics we carry here at Fox's. Next up from Archie Comics, we have issue 29 of, oddly enough, Archie. And then from Marvel, we have issue 685 of Avengers, No Surrender. And then next up from a great up-and-coming company that's getting better and better every week is called Aftershock Comics. This comic is Baby Teeth, and it is issue 9. That is very popular here in our store, and a lot of people have been reading it, so it must be a pretty good story. Next up from DC, we have issue 43 of Batman. And there, again, is the variant cover for issue 43 of Batman. And then next up from both DC and IDW is a collaboration called Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, and that is issue 5. And that has been very popular here at the store. Next up from DC is Batwoman, issue 13. And also from DC is Bombshells United, issue 14. Also from DC, The Brave and the Bold, Batman and Wonder Woman, issue 2. Kind of a throwback to the old Brave and Bold comics they did in the 70s and 80s. Next up from Marvel, we have issue 155 of Cable. Next up from Image is issue 5 of Dark Fang. If you like vampire stories, that seems to be pretty popular here in the store. Next up from Image is a comic called Death of Love, and that is issue 2. The subtitle of that is Getting Married, so it is Death of Love, Getting Married. Next up is after you get married, your bedroom afterwards is Deathbed, comic from Vertigo, and that is issue number 2 of Deathbed. And then next up from Image, we have a great title from Jeff Lemire, issue 28 of Descender. This is a title that Justin Holman, a local artist, comic book artist, got me interested in, and I'm glad he did. It's been a very good read. Next up is Image Comics Dissonance, issue 2. Quite a few people reading that here in the store. And then a Marvel title, issue number 3 of Doctor Strange, Damnation. Then next up, also from Image Publishing, we have The Further Adventures of Nick Wilson, issue 3. Kind of clears up a lot of the unanswered questions from issue 2, Further Adventures of Nick Wilson. And then next up we have from Boom Studios, Saban's Go-Go Power Rangers, issue 8. And then we have from DC, Green Lanterns, issue 43. And then this will give you an idea of what the variant cover for that looks like. That is the variant cover for issue 43, Green Lanterns. Next up, also from DC, issue 40 of Harley Quinn. And to give you an idea of what her variant covers can look like, there's one of them there for issue 40. That's actually up for one of the best covers of the week. Very whimsical cover there. Then from Image Publishing, we have Ice Cream Man, issue 3. Then from Marvel, we have issue 714 of The Incredible Hulk. And then from DC Comics, we have Injustice 2, issue 22. And next up from Marvel, we have issue 78 of Iron Fist. And then from Dynamite Publishing, we have issue 3 of James Bond 007, The Body. And then from DC again, we have Justice League issue 41. And that's the standard cover. And then there's the beautiful variant cover for issue 41, Justice League. Next up from Image, we have issue 2 of Kick-Ass. And that is the standard cover. And then that is one of the variants that are available for Kick-Ass. Also from Image, next up, we have issue 17 of Ed Brubaker's Kill or Be Killed. If you've not read any Ed Brubaker, you need to. He's a very good writer, writes a lot of true crime, graphic, noir, really, really nice stuff. So you can pick up any of his past work, or this is a great place to get a sample of him there as well. Also, for those who feel it necessary, there is issue 1 of Dynamite's Kiss and the Army of Darkness. And then next up from Dark Horse Publishing, it's an imprint of theirs called Burger Books, and it's a comic called Mata Hari, and that is issue 2. I actually read issue 1, and I had not read any Dark Horse in quite a while, and I was quite impressed with the book, the story, the art. It was all very, very solid. Next up after that is Marvel, issue 705 of The Mighty Thor. And Mr. Fox is Mighty Thor from carrying in all the comic boxes today. Next up from Image is Monstrous, and that is issue 15. Beautiful art, great story, very popular here at the store. You might check that out. Also from Image, next up we have issue 8 of Moonshine from Brian Azzarello. You might remember him from doing the New 52 Wonder Woman run. He was the guy that kicked off the run for the New 52 Wonder Woman. Good writer. Next up from Marvel, we have issue 28 of Ms. Marvel. And then from IDW, we have issue 64 of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. And it is, gosh darn it. It's just as magic as can be. And next up, we have from DC, issue 41 of Nightwing. And again, as we always do, there's the variant cover look for Nightwing. Really, really cool. Really, really looks nice. And then we will kind of slide those off. And we have here the next one up from Valiant Publishing, Ninja K, or Ninjak, issue 5. And that's the standard issue. And then this is the pre-order edition. And the people with this on their pull list qualify to buy that version of it. And it has additional content as well as the same comic that's in this one, but it also has an additional story elements to it. So it's a great value for the same amount of money. Next up from Image Publishing, we have Outcast issue 34, very popular here in the store. Another Valiant title, Quantum and Woody, and that's issue 4 of Quantum and Woody, and that shows you the regular cover. And again, then we also have the pre-order edition as well for those of you that have that on your pull list. And you can always come in and add it to your pull at any time. Next up from Image Publishing, issue 8 of Regression, a Colin Bunn story. Very, very cool. And issue 8 is out. Next up is another Image title, and this is Rumble. And that is issue number 4 of Rumble. Then we have from Marvel Publishing, Runaways, issue 7. And then from IDW, we have issue 5 of Samurai Jack, Quantum Jack. And then next up from Marvel, we have issue 30 of Spider-Gwen, part of the Gwenom story. Next up is a comic that we love here at Fox's. We recommend it to a lot of our customers. The artwork is stunning. It's done by a young lady that's about an hour and a half from here. We keep bugging her to try to get her here to do a signing. But this is Ashley Witter's Squarriors. At long last, summer returns, and this is issue 3. I think there's only 4 in the whole run. But it's great story, great artwork, really, really neat. Kind of a self-published kind of thing almost. I think it's put out by Devil's Due. But really, really a nice comic. Next up from Marvel issue 45 of Star Wars. I don't even think I need to explain that any further than that. And then also from Marvel, we have Star Wars Poe Dameron, issue 25. And then from DC, we have Super Sons, issue 14. And there's the variant cover to Super Sons, issue 14. Very, very pretty, very nice. Then next up from DC, we have issue 43 of Superman. And that's Superman 43's variant cover, just so you get an idea. Next up from Marvel, we have Thanos, issue 17. Really nice shot with the Infinity Stones there on the cover. Next up from IDW, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Universe, issue 20. And then from Dynamite Publishing, we have issue 11 of Vampirella. That comes out tomorrow. And then from Dark Horse, we have a quirky title called Vinegar Teeth, which is very interesting, kind of a very unique art style to it, very interesting. Next up from Marvel, Weapon H, and that is issue number 1. That comes out tomorrow. Ought to be pretty big. Next up we have from Image, issue 4 of Witchblade. And then from Boom Studios, we have WWE, issue 15. And then from Marvel, we have X-Men Gold, issue 24. And then from Image Publishing, we have issue 10 of Youngblood. And some of the people asked after last week's video if we could kind of show some of the other graphic novels and trade paperbacks that are coming in. This is volume 7 of Black Science, a Rick Remender title that just kicks tail. Another series of books that are out tomorrow that we're quite excited about is Batman by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. It's got Death of the Family, City of Owls, and Court of Owls all in there. There's going to be a second one, obviously, coming out fairly soon. But that one launches tomorrow, and it's gorgeous. We have several issues of it available, and also several issues of Rick and Morty Pocket Like You Stole It. That trade paperback comes out tomorrow. Then we have from Valiant Publishing, Jeff Lemire's Bloodshot Salvation, The Book of Revenge. That's a great trade paperback to be out. Looking forward to that. We also got in some of the really nice hardcover, they're called Valiant Masters, but that is Bloodshot, Blood of the Machine. And then we also got in from Valiant some of their deluxe editions for Bloodshot Reborn, hardcover on that as well. That's about it for this week's order, except for we do have some manga that has come in. Is It Wrong to Pick Up a Girls in a Dungeon? And that hits tomorrow as well. And then I think there's also some Saga Funko Pop Lion Cat Saga figures in. So a good time to visit the store on Wednesday, March 21st. Thanks so much. See you then.